Hey everyone, what is going on? So I have another video for you today, and these are battles that I did on stream. Now this is similar to the other double Razor Leaf team that I used with Victreebel as well as Universe Stunfisk, but I feel like this team works so much better. I have Magcargo in the lead with, again, double Razor Leaf, but I have Goygeist instead of Shadow Victreebel, and both the Pokemon in the back are going to resist all of Vigoroth's attacks, right? Because they're both Ghost types and Grass types, so you're going to resist the Bulldoze. You're also going to double resist Counter, Brick Break, and Body Slam. So that's why I like having the double Ghost, and it worked out great for me. I went from like the 2700s to mid 2900s. So yeah, if I was not Legend already, this team I believe would carry me to Legend. Obviously, you do have to watch out for the double flyers in the back. So if you happen to run into like Vigoroth double flyers with Noctowl or Pidgeot, most likely you're going to lose. Although one game I did win against double flyers, and I was able to flip switch, believe it or not. We'll talk about that if that's in this video. I'm not 100% sure if it is, but we'll talk about that as we get to it. But yeah, instead of Magcargo, you could go with Galarian Stunfisk. I think that would work as well. But anyway, this game is over. My opponent has a Donphan, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. But yeah, this team, I know it's Grasshole. I know a lot of people might think it's toxic, and that's, you know what? Hey, to each their own. Everybody has their own opinion. Nothing wrong with running this team. You know, at the end of the day, Niantic is toxic in a way. They have been lately, right? So why not? Either way, I'm going to go ahead and switch out Lure Out a possible flying type. Of course, I also am double resisting those attacks, so very nice indeed. I'm going to go ahead and shield this so I can actually take switch. My opponent did not switch out, right? That tells me, yeah, Vigoroth is coming in. So this is actually great for me. That tells me there's no flyer in the back, right? Because they would have brought in the flyer immediately. So Body Slam, double resisting it. It does do a lot. I was debuffed a couple times from Psychic Fangs. But I do get that Brave Bird. And I'm going to be able to pick up a shield there. If it didn't get the shield, it would have KO'd. I only have a single move on Goygeist. The size in Goygeist, I do believe matters, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments down below. I think you do want the supersize one. I'm just using my rank 1. It's not supersize. What is it? The second smallest? I'm not sure. Doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. I think it does technically matter, but if you don't have the supersize one, or if you don't have a good IV one, whatever, just go with it. But either way, I'm going to be able to take that one. Good game. Okay, picking up the Dream lead. You absolutely love to see it. Flyer in the lead. Because it's a flyer in the lead, chances are there's not a flyer in the back. Now you bring in Decidueye whenever Vigoroth safe swaps, and you can farm all the way down. Don't worry about throwing an attack. Don't worry about shielding. A Bulldoze is not going to do too much to you. You could take 2 Bulldoze attacks. You could easily take Body Slams. My opponent doesn't even get to another Bulldoze, so and now you have a Brave Bird for that Noctowl. And I would recommend throwing Brave Bird. Most of the time they don't shield because they know you have Magcargo in the back anyway. So, yeah, just throw the Brave Bird. And, yeah, I'm going to land that. That does so much damage. And my opponent gets less fun because I'm debuffed. They're actually waiting there deliberately, which is a good play, but that's totally fine. I still have Goygeist. Is it double in the back? Not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Shadow Ball, totally fine. I'm just going to rely on Goygeist with Razor Leaf, and it's Blaziken. And you might think initially this is not a good matchup, but no, this is a great matchup when you have 2 shields, because you just you double resist the counters, right? And then you can Razor Leaf all the way down. You do have to shield the Blaze Kicks, but you can just farm all the way down. And my opponent is going to concede that game. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Magcargo into Vigoroth. Bad matchup. Now, if it's Vigoroth double flyers, you're in trouble. Obviously, I don't know if it is. But my opponent's staying in, which has actually caught me off guard. They took so much damage. Trophy is coming in, so it is flyer, a flying type. However, it's Razor Leaf. Do I bait here? I do not. I go straight for the Brave Bird, hoping that they do not shield this. They don't shield it. Boom, as Ionic would say. Let's go. So now I was able to flip switch. That Vigoroth will not be on my Magcargo. So if it is double flyers, this is great for me, right? Because I was able to flip switch. Definitely going to bring in the Goygeist. And the switch timers are not realigned. My switch time is going to come up first. I should be able to farm all the way down. Bulldoze, no problem. Is it another flyer in the back? Let's find out. I don't know if it was. Maybe it was another grass type, but Magcargo should be able to handle that. Who knows? But good game. Flipping switch probably mattered there, because I'm thinking another flyer. Okay, we have a Magcargo mirror match. Very interesting. My opponent has Incinerate, which is actually better for me because I'm doing more with Rock Throw. And yeah, Rock Throw is the move of choice on Magcargo, at least for me. They go for Rock Tomb. I kind of want to save my Magcargo just in case they have a flyer, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rock Tomb and then I think switch. They don't shield. I think I switch anyway. Yeah, Vigoroth coming in. I'm going to go ahead and switch. Here's the flyer. We had to lure out the flyer, right? So I had to switch out. Now, I think like you do want to go into Decidueye. Decidueye is better to have against Noctowl than Goygeist. So I should have went into the Decidueye, but ultimately I don't think it matters because at the end of the day, here's the thing: I could just double shield this Noctowl, right? And you know I have my Decidueye, which Vigoroth can't touch, so I'm looking really good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shield this one up. And it's going to be that Sky Attack, totally fine. I'm going to be able to farm down, and actually can get off a Rock Tomb. Now, the Rock Tomb, the reason you would throw this, I mean, they do have 2 shields. You're not going to really worry about shields. The reason you would throw that is to debuff the Vigoroth, and then go ahead and go into Decidueye, and I can raise the leaf all the way down. Good game, very well played. But I do think I should have went into Decidueye. I would have had the Goygeist later, because I could have thrown the Brave Bird, right? Anyway, let's move on to the next battle. Bad matchup. I'm going to go ahead and switch. But the Vigoroth comes in. You absolutely love to see it. I don't know what's in the back. Was this a misclick? I guess we'll find out. But either way, this is a great matchup for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and raise leaf all the way down. No need to shield. If they're throwing Body Slams, that could mean that they have Brick Break as well. I'm not really sure, because I feel like you throw Bulldoze, because Bulldoze is single resisted, Body Slam is double resisted. Let me know which one is better to throw. I feel like it's Bulldoze. I don't know. Oh, but they have Abomasnow. But I'm surprised they didn't bring in Abomasnow against my Decidueye. That's why I think it was a misclick. But either way, I do pick up the shield there. I can't get to another one, which is unfortunate, but that's fine, because I could bring in my Magcargo. Ooh, you love to see it. You resist all these Stunfisk attacks, so that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Going to be able to take that one. Let's go ahead and move. Yeah, I had like a 9-1 that had like another 4-1. I just did really well with this team. Noctowl in the lead. Absolutely love to see it. Dubwool coming in. So you do have to be careful with Dubwool because it does have payback, right? Which will KO. So this could be enough for a payback, but I decided to call the Body Slam. It could go either way. They could have thrown the payback, right? I just got lucky with the call. So you could shield. Now, can you double shield 2 baits and farm down before they get to a payback? I'm actually not sure. I want to say yes, but I'm actually not sure. It may have been worth doing that, but either way, it worked out for us. For me, I should say. Because I did call that bait. Now, you could call the bait. You don't have to. Now, here's the thing. Well, obviously, I'm going to go for Brave Bird here. But I'm thinking that they might have a Vigoroth in the back because I have seen Noctowl double, both of those Pokemon before with Vigoroth and Dubwool. So if it's a Vigoroth, that's great for me. There's the Vigoroth, yep. So Goygeist cannot lose this matchup. Just going to go ahead and take this. And you can farm all the way down. As I mentioned earlier, I do have it single moved. You could give it a second move if you want, like... Does it have Shadow Ball? I'm actually not sure. I know it has Fire Blast. You don't want Fire Blast. You, like, never get to it with Razor Leaf. I think it has Foul Play. I'd have to look at the movesets to see which one is the best one. Obviously, having 2 moves is going to be more beneficial to you, but I didn't really care to do it. And yeah, they're just going to go ahead and throw an attack. Totally fine for me. I'll let that go. And Magcargo is going to be able to rock throw all the way down, and we're going to be able to take that game, and that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. So yeah, you can't beat, well, I shouldn't say can't, because I did beat it once, but it's very difficult to beat Vigoroth double flyers. I beat it once. I hope that video was in here. I hope this was during that time. But either way, okay, Decidueye. Ooh, okay, this is interesting, because I don't have a fire move as a fast move, right? So I'm not doing super effective damage. I'm still doing a lot, but my opponent's doing a lot as well. So that is interesting. But I'll take that KO. Okay, Vigoroth coming in, going immediately into Decidueye to lure out any possible Noctowl. But no, my opponent wants no part of it. I don't know. Maybe they called the double Razor Leaf team. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm going to be able to take that one. Good game. Magcargo into Vigoroth. Really, really bad for me. I got to pivot out into my Decidueye. Decidueye I generally use as a safe swap. Out comes the Noctowl. Is it double flyers? Hopefully not. Now, here's the thing. If you're the Noctowl, you should not go for the farm down. My opponent is going for the farm down. The reason you shouldn't is because I'm either going to be able to flip switch here, or I'm going to, which I am going to be able to flip switch because I do have to shield it. Now I'm going to be able to flip switch, or I'm going to get shield advantage. The Noctowl should have thrown. Unfortunately, I do have to go down 2 shields, which is unfortunate right now. But it's totally worth it because I have the Goygeist on the Vigoroth. And if it's double flyers, Magcargo will be on that Pidgeot, which will be really good, right? So we'll see if it is, but Body Slam is going to be enough to KO me. Definitely Goygeist coming in. Goygeist does not need shields against Vigoroth. That's why it's okay to go down 2 shields. I know you usually don't like it. It's actually Diggersby. That's right, Steve. So it's not double flyers, but it was still important to win switch. Now my opponent is going to go ahead and throw the Fire Punch right now. It doesn't do too much. I think I go for an attempted catch. I do, and unfortunately I don't get it. But that is okay because Earthquake, yes, will knock me out. But I'm okay with sacrificing that if I'm able to farm down with my Goygeist, and I am able to farm down with Goygeist. And now out comes Vigoroth. But as you know, I can take these attacks. So, despite the bad lead, still going to be able to... Going down 2 shields, Bulldozer's not going to KO me. Even if they had a Body Slam, I don't think that would KO me. But good game, well played, able to take that one. Let's go ahead and move. So it wasn't double flyers, but... Similar concept, Nidoqueen. Okay, this is rough because I do have Rocks Throw. I'm going to go ahead and switch into Decidueye. My opponent is staying in. Still kind of rough. It's not, well, it's not that bad for Decidueye. I don't want to shield the Poison Fang, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. And I am able to get to the move. If they want to shield, I'm totally fine with them shielding. Let's see if my opponent decides to shield. My opponent does shield, so they do want to win switch. I would have preferred switch there, but I'm okay with that. I think I bring in Magcargo to go for the farm down, shield this, hope it's an Earth Power. I think that's what I do. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shield this one. I'm just hoping Goygeist can sweep in the back. We'll have to see. But I do farm down. And it is Vigoroth as expected, right? I'm going to go ahead and go for the Overheat and then switch out immediately into my Goygeist. And my opponent does shield that. And I go into Goygeist. Is this the Trevenant one? Where there's Trevenant? Yeah, there's Trevenant in the back. Which is not good for me. Now, if my Goygeist had a second move, like Shadow Ball, if it even learned Shadow Ball, I'm not sure if it does, but if it had Shadow Ball or Foul Play, I think it does have Foul Play, I could have gotten to it, potentially, and KO'd that Trevenant. I still have his shield, and have been able to possibly win against that Vigoroth, but unfortunately, I only have single moves. So having 2 moves is obviously going to benefit you. Even if you never use them or you rarely use those attacks. So keep that in mind. So good game. Moving on, a Noctowl lead. You absolutely love to see it. The Dream lead. So obviously my opponent is going to switch out. And I see the normal type immediately in the top right. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Decidueye. My opponent wants no part of it. I don't know. Was it a double in the back? I don't know. It could have been. Could have been anything, I guess. But good game. Castform in the lead. Okay, this is the first time I've ever seen Castform. I'm just going to go ahead and switch out lure out a possible flyer. And we do lure out the flyer. But yeah, I don't know. So my opponent is throwing before I get to Brave Bird, which I do think is a good idea. I do think you should do that, as I mentioned earlier, if you're the Noctowl. Because you don't want to have to give up a shield or lose switch, right? But either way, I'm going to bring in my Magcargo. This is looking really tough for me. Now, Magcargo, in theory, could have stayed in against Castform, but I wanted to lure out the possible flyer. Because obviously if there's a Noctowl or Pidgeot, you want to get that out. Now, is it Castform double flyer? I don't know. We'll find out. I don't remember what's in the back. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rock Tomb and then go ahead and go into my Goygeist. So this will debuff the Castform. And I go ahead and go into my Goygeist. My opponent is throwing an attack there, debuff, so I'm not going to go ahead and... Actually, never mind, I do shield it. Okay, I do actually shield it. Don't know why I shielded that. Oh yeah, Outcomes Gligar. So it actually... Yeah, so they have Night Slash. I'm actually going to be able to lose this one. A Night Slash is coming out. It is technically a flyer, but it's also taking neutral damage. It's not like it's heavily resisting it with like Noctowl or Pidgeot, right? But that's going to be a good game, well played. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Magcargo into Nidoqueen. Okay, don't like the matchup. Got to go into my friend Decidueye, right? And I'm going to go ahead and do just that. And my opponent is staying in, but no, they actually do switch into Trevenant. Come on, come on. I do get to the Shadow Sneak. You love to see it. Let's see if we can pick up a shield. I do think my opponent shields this. My opponent does shield that, okay? And they do farm down, so... Okay, kind of tough, but let's see what happens. Magcargo coming in. Do I shield the first one? I do decide to shield the first one. And they actually bait me with Seed Bomb, which I was not expecting. I was expecting the Shadow Ball. I'm going to let this one go. I want to save the shield for Goygeist. C-Bomb. It's another C-Bomb. That's fine. Oh, this is another C-Bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. And there's the C-Bomb. And I do get the Fawn down, which is good, But Swampert. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, Nidoqueen is coming in. But, yeah, I'm going to let the first one go, obviously. I'd rather let the first one go and shield the next one, right? Because they will get to another one. So it makes sense to let the first one go. Unfortunately, they barely get to it, but I do have to shield this. Now, a Hydro Cannon will easily KO me if they can get to it. But can they get to it? Can they get to it? They can, but look at the HP. 1 HP. One rock throw is going to KO the Swampert. Swampert, really not safe going up against this team. Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Magcargo into Noctowl. With the hat will not save you, my friend. This is a good matchup for me. I'm keeping an eye for that Vigoroth safe swap. And there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Decidueye. Razor Leaf all the way down. You will not get KO'd. Unless the Vigoroth has another attack. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. As I was saying, unless Vigoroth has another attack that I'm not familiar with, and I don't think it does, you're not getting KO'd by anything. Woo! Okay, good. So, I do get that down. Yes, but the Decidueye is still not done because he can throw that Brave Bird, right? And, you know, if they want to shield, I'm totally fine with it. I don't expect to shield. Well, they might, because I did a lot. They do actually shield. Okay, good shield. So I do get farmed down, but I can bring in my Magcargo, which is really nice. Not sure what's in the back, but I'm assuming it's not another flyer because they have the flyer in the lead. Unless if it's an ABA flying team, which could be a thing, but I don't really expect it. Right? Sky attack is going to connect. Another attack is going to connect. I do shield this one because, you know, I don't want to get too low. I still need to get rid of this Noctowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get off my Rock Tomb right now. This Rock Tomb will be enough to KO. And I'm going to go ahead and switch out. And it's Galarian Stunfisk. So I'm dishing out neutral damage with Razor Leaf. These Rock Slides are neutral. But as you're about to see, Goygeist can take a couple of them. So that's fine. I do think I throw Seed Bomb. Yeah, I throw Seed Bomb just to get the final shield. I know they're going to shield it. So I just want to get the final shield from my opponent. And I do survive another Rock Slide, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go. I can't survive another one after that. Oh, but they throw Earth. Oh, that's right, they throw Earthquake. That was definitely a mistake because they would have had multiple Rock Slides. And they still need 2 Rock Slides to KO me. Like throwing the Earthquake, they still need another Rock Slide afterwards, right? So if they threw that Rock Slide instead of that Earthquake, I actually think they would have won that because they would have been able to get to the other Rock Slides, I think. Maybe, barely. But either way, good game, well played, able to take that one. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Yeah, I just kept on going on a win streak with this team. Crazy. Another Noctowl lead. You absolutely, I can't speak. You absolutely love to see it. Normal type coming in. I'm going to bring in my Decidueye. As obviously, it could be double, and double is a little bit more scary just because of the payback. But that is okay because it's still not bad. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Razor Leaf all the way down. And yeah, so I play it, just Razor Leaf all the way down, and then Brave Bird the Noctowl that comes in. If they want to shield it, honestly, I'm totally fine with that. I would prefer them not shielding it, just because my other Razor Leaf use, I don't need to get shield. This team does not need to get shields, right? So I do not need to get shields with this team. So I can bring in my Magcargo, and I'm going to do just that, and it's going to be a Donphan. I don't need that shield. So even if I got that shield from that Brave Bird, what do I need it for? I don't need it. I don't want it, right? Good game. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. Magcargo into another Noctowl lead. Let's go. And my opponent is stayed in. They might go for a catch. No, they switch out. Ooh. You absolutely love to see this. Yeah, go into the Decidueye because if the Noctowl attempts to farm you down, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If they attempt to farm you down, you will get off a Brave Bird. It is possible that some trainers are not familiar with Decidueye's charge moves, so they may not even realize Brave Bird. That could be a thing. But yeah, if they go for the farm down, I'll make it. And they are going for the farm down, so I do make it. So I'm either going to KO or get a shield, which is huge for me. Obviously, I would prefer the KO because I don't really need shields. But they do go ahead and shield it, but that's fine. They're waiting out, so I don't get as much farm, but I'm fine with that as well. Doesn't really matter to me. They don't want to give my Magcargo as much farm, but they're going to switch out into a normal type, and out comes my Goygeist. Absolutely love to see it. Absolutely love to see it, and that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. Yeah, this team has just been going so well. So Magcargo into Swampert. This is a really bad matchup. We do have 2 answers to it in the back, but a really bad matchup. Bring in my Decidueye, out comes Nidoqueen. So if I could flip switch here, this is going to be huge. And that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the flip. Even if I have to give up 2 shields, because Goygeist is going to destroy Swampert, right? So even if... They actually go for Earth Power, so... Is it a double nuke one? It might be a double nuke one. So I don't have to give up both shields. I was expecting Poison Fang. I'm glad I shielded. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird against the Noctowl. And this game should be over right now, right? I don't need shields, obviously. So even if I was down 2 shields, doesn't matter. Not going to wait out the switch time. I waited out a little bit, and then I realized, why am I waiting it out? Because I swapped first. I want this Noctowl in against my Magcargo. So I can go ahead and farm down and just go into Goygeist and delete that Swampert. So despite the really bad lead, I'm going to be able to take this game. And that's going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. And a great battles. Really did well. Good luck to you if you want to try this team. I wish you the best, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.